3, 2, 1. What's happening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Dan Steven here for another reaction. In this reaction, we're doing Die Hard since it's Christmas.
Die Hard pitch read. We're not going to watch the whole Die Hard movie. Just react to
You
it.
sure? I have it all downloaded.
We're doing the pitch meeting of Die
Pitch
Hard.
meeting, a Screen Rant's pitch meeting for Die Hard since it's Christmas. You know, we gotta do some sort of Christmassy videos.
Mm-hmm. And you've got a Die Hard Christmas jumper on.
Yeah. Steven didn't get the memo.
No. Well, that's Christmas.
That's good. It's kind of Christmassy. Yeah, it's like something your dad would wear or something.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, Steven doesn't think this is a Christmas movie.
You always lead with that. We've been talking about this for years now, it feels like.
Yeah, it has. But explain your reasoning.
It's not that I don't think it's a Christmas movie. For me, when I'm thinking about Christmas, I think about movies that I can only watch at Christmas. Does that make sense?
No.
So if it was the middle of July and Die Hard was on, I wouldn't go, I can't watch that. It's not Christmas. I would just watch it. If the Elf was on in the middle of July, I'd be like, why is the Elf on?
What about like It's a Wonderful Life?
Yeah, but that feels like Christmassy to me.
But even though like 90% of the movie is based during throughout the year.
But it's an angel in it.
Yeah.
So
do you get people's reasoning why this is a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
And people say it has nothing to do with Christmas, but like what? You know,
it's on Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Yeah, and like
That's
all the best Christmas movies aren't really about Christmas per se. They all just kind of happen on Christmas. Yeah. You know, It's a Wonderful Life, Scrooged. Yeah, isn't really about Christmas, is it?
No,
it kind of just happens at Christmas. All him being a dick, just.
But I like even there's movies that I always watch at Christmas, like Lord of the Rings and stuff. But they're not Christmas movies. Like Lord of the Rings is not a Christmas movie, even though it came out around Christmas every year. There's no Christmas in Mordor.
It's associated.
It's associated with Christmas. And Die Hard, although there's Christmas, there's not really Christmas themes. It's about him killing people. It's like
would like say Die Hard or Lord of the Rings is your most favorite Christmas non-Christmas movie?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I would say so. Yeah.
All right then. Well, we'll give it a go and see how it goes.
Let's go.
A Christmas movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's gonna be super violent. What? Yeah, so this New York cop, John McClane, is on his way to Los Angeles to see his wife, Holly, on Christmas Eve. Okay. Yeah, and he's having a tough time on the plane, so the guy sitting next to him's like, the secret to air travel is to take your shoes off later and make fists with your toes. That's a pretty weird thing to include in a movie. Yeah, well, I want John to take his shoes off later, because there's gonna be a whole thing with broken glass. Can't we just have him take off his shoes while he's changing? I mean, I can't really have someone take their shoes off without some juicy backstory to it. Fair enough. So anyway, John...
I never really thought about that.
I always thought that, is that an actual thing? Like,
really
I've been on a lot of flights, and obviously, flights are fucking scary shit. And I did that a couple of times. It doesn't make sense.
Did you? Do you always take your shoes off?
No, I did it once just to be like, well, fucking John McClane did it. If it was good enough for John McClane, it's good enough for me. So that's the only reason they did it, just to take his shoes off.
Must have been, yeah. Fuck me. This is going to ruin this movie for you.
I don't know. I'm going to say a lot of plot holes.
So anyway, John gets a limo ride from this driver Argyle, and he says he's gonna wait for John in the parking garage while he goes up to see his wife at her office Christmas party. What kind of a company has their Christmas party on Christmas Eve? The kind I made up for this movie. Gotcha. So anyway, then the whole Christmas party's gonna be taken over by this guy Hans Gruber and his crew of bad guys with beautiful hair. Oh, so John sneaks down to the garage to Argyle? No, the bad guys disabled the elevators below the 30th floor. Oh, so does he try to get down using the stairs? No, doesn't even try. Why not? Well, I mean, even if he did get down to Argyle, the beautiful-haired bad guys closed the security gates. Can't Argyle drive through the gates to go get some help? Well, yeah, he can drive through them, but we're only gonna have him do that at the end of the movie. Why? Because that's what I wrote. Fair enough. Anyway, so this one bad guy is gonna try to track John down, but John's gonna get the drop on him. Oh, what's he planning on doing? Getting the guy to drop his machine gun. And then what? I mean, he's not in a position to arrest anybody if the guy does surrender. Well, he's gonna hit the guy on the head and wrestle with him and end up breaking his neck. Feels like he should have just shot him in the first place when he had the chance. Yeah, well, there's gonna be kind of a recurring thing in the movie where characters don't shoot each other at key moments when they have the chance. How come? Because then the movie would be over and we gotta stretch this bad boy out. Fair enough. Stretching out bad boys is tight. Oh, that's the worst sentence I've ever heard. Yeah, that didn't sound right at all and I apologize. Anyway, so then John puts the dead guy in the elevator so the other bad guys see him. What? Yeah, he's gonna write, "Now I have a machine gun on his chest." It's gonna be hilarious. He's gonna gonna give up the element of surprise so he can taunt them a little bit? Well, not only that, he's also gonna eavesdrop on them and learn what their names are. He didn't have to send them a dead body to eavesdrop on them. Yeah, probably would have made his life easier if he hadn't done that. Whoops. Whoopsie. So then later this cop is gonna pass through and John has to get his attention. Oh, and is that gonna be hard for him to do from all the way up in the building? No, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, he's just gonna throw the dead body of another guy he killed onto the cop's car. Wait, now that I think of it, he could have just fired his gun to get the cop's attention. Probably, but this guy's like really into communicating using dead bodies. Sure sounds that way. And then some more law enforcement's gonna show up and this police chief is gonna take over. Oh, what's his deal? Well, I had to make him unbelievably stupid so the movie could keep on going. Oh, you did? Yeah, like he thinks the dead guy full of bullet holes that was thrown out the building killed himself. It is unbelievable that a human being could be that stupid. Well, if the law enforcement people were competent at all, the movie would end, so I kinda had to make them all into walking plot devices. Oh, so they're all just there to make dumb decisions and pad the runtime? Exactly, like some of them are gonna try to break through glass doors with a blowtorch. They're gonna be really dumb. Wow. But the first cop that showed up is actually a good guy. Oh, he is? Yeah, like when John McClane isn't talking to himself, which he does kind of a lot, he's gonna be talking to this guy. And what's his deal? Well, he's gonna have this backstory where he lost his cop mojo after accidentally killing a kid who was playing with a toy gun. It's gonna be really sad. Wait, is the sad part that he killed a kid or that he lost his cop mojo? We're certainly gonna play it like the tragedy is that he lost his cop mojo. Interesting. Yeah, so in the end he's gonna have this story arc where he regains the confidence to, you know, shoot people again. Wow, well, good for him. We're also gonna have this whole subplot with this reporter snooping around. Oh? Yeah, because this way Hans is gonna end up seeing on the news that Holly and John are married. I mean, we could literally have that show up on the news. We don't need an entire reporter subplot. Yes, we do. Oh, okay then. And so later John is gonna be getting chased by bad guys and he's gonna cut his feet on some broken glass. Right, he's not wearing any shoes and I know the entire history of that. Yeah, he's gonna leave a huge trail of blood, but he's gonna end up escaping and losing the bad guys. How does he manage to lose the bad guys if he's leaving a giant trail of blood? I don't know. Fair enough. And so yeah, eventually John is gonna end up killing Hans Gruber and saving the day. Very cool. And what's this thing called anyway? Oh, I was thinking we could call it Die Hard. What does that mean? Well, first of all, it sounds awesome and it vaguely describes the characters and plot, I guess. I guess, kinda. And it's kind of a tribute to my late uncle. Oh, was he killed in the line of duty or something? No, he died while testing erectile dysfunction drugs. Oh my god. So what do you think? Well, I mean, it sounds great, but I don't know if I'd necessarily call it a Christmas movie, you know? Of course it's a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas time. But it doesn't have to do with Christmas other than that. But it takes place at Christmas time. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a Christmas movie. Sure it does. Tell you what, let's let people debate this amongst themselves for a while before taking an official stance on it. How long should we let them debate? Like maybe 3 decades or something? Sounds good to me.
I do feel like the debate of whether or not it's a Christmas movie is actually recent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think people were talking about this 10 years ago.
No.
I think
but
you and I started it like last year.
Yeah. But do you think it's like only recently it's been kind of recognized as a Christmas movie? Like,
yeah,
recently,
definitely.
Say like 20 years
Maybe
ago?
not even as much as long as I don't remember watching it Die Hard at Christmas when I was a kid. Like,
because I had it on DVD.
I was 18.
And I used to watch it all year round. And it wasn't until I got older I realised, oh, it's the kind of Christmassy. And I stopped watching it. Like, so, but now it's like literally my second favourite Christmas movie. Yeah. Like, I literally have to watch it. Like,
marketing got you there, mate.
They
told you it was a Christmas movie, and you went, "Okay, that's my second favorite."
I don't know. That's just said. Like, no one ever came out and said it was. Like, even like the director Terrence what do you call it, Terrence again? Terrence something. He came out and said it wasn't a Christmas movie.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's no way that they set out to make a Christmas film. Like when they made Home Alone, they made a Christmas film. When they made Die Hard, they made just.
But the writer,
he wanted it.
He said he wrote it as a Christmas movie.
Ooh,
but it's based on a book, you know. It's been on a book. It's like the title's really, really shite or something.
But that sounds like it'll be a shite book, though. You need to watch that movie.
That'll be fucking class. It's actually a sequel. Do you know it there?
Nope.
Yeah, they made them like I can't remember the title of these books.
I know nothing about this movie.
It was 2 books, and basically I think Frank Sinatra. They actually made the first one, and it was Frank Sinatra started it, and then they wanted to do Frank Sinatra again, but they waited too long. So basically, Frank Sinatra couldn't do it because he's fucking in his 70s or 60s at this point when the movie came out. So they had to get someone else, and basically everyone turned it down. And then they got the guy from Moonlights, or what we call it, Bruce Willis. Do you know, it's really interesting, like the whole like backstory from Die Hard, to be fair, and how they actually made it and all and wrote it. Went on for years and years and years.
Really? Doesn't seem like that type of movie.
Yeah, I know you think it would be.
It's just like a pretty standard action movie.
The guy who wrote it, well, based on the book, he wrote the actual screenplay afterwards about it and all. And he was fired from it and all too, because it's like there's a good documentary on like Netflix called "Movies That Made Us." And
do you think the guy who narrates that?
No, shit.
Oh my god,
it's so annoying.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's always gonna be funny and wacky and quick turns.
And you're trying to make you almost like he's taking the piss out of the people who've been in the film. I actually want to hear what he's saying. Would you shut up? You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, yeah, so annoying. But like, it's really interesting because you don't really, as you said, you don't really understand. You think Die Hard is like typical 90s, 80s or 90s?
80s? Was it? 90s?
Late 80s, maybe.
Fuck me.
But late 80s movie, you know, action star and all there. But yeah, but it took forever to get made and all too, years and all too, because the guy took ages to write it and all too, and write the book and all too. So, but it's quite interesting, like. But I think it is. I just think as well, you're judging Christmas movies, like how you judge it. It's based on like, is it at Christmas? That's it for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like people love like people say Frozen is a Christmas movie, but it's not.
It's just because there's snow in it, is it?
Must be, yeah. But also like I were watching like the top 50 Christmas movies of all time, and 2 were in it. Blew my mind. It was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Is actually
people do say it. Does that take part of Christmas?
No, it takes part at Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And Groundhog Day. Do you know when Groundhog Day takes place? February 2nd. How the fuck's that a Christmas movie? But it's mad snow. It's cold. But like people just watch shit at Christmas. Like there's ones like for like the most recent like classic probably say it would be like Polar Express in it. I don't like that at all.
Never watched it.
You know what I mean? Like, but people go fucking apeshit for that. When I worked in the cinema, we used to have like 3 days for that. It would sell out like 200 plus people instantly.
But a lot of them are like Christmas songs. They're shit when they come out, but in like 5 to 10 years, you're like Deck the Halls or something. When that first came out, that was shit. But now people are like, Deck the Halls is a good Christmas movie. But probably like Jingle All the Way. Like, if you had watched that for the first time, like, what am I watching?
Well, I saw it when I was like 3, so I loved it. Like,
now you're like, oh yeah, fucking
amazing.
So
what makes a good Christmas movie then?
A good bit of cheese. So there has to be an element of cheese.
It can't be too much like Deck the Halls.
Yeah.
Or like Christmas of the Cranks is too much.
Too much, yeah.
Cheese.
Probably nostalgia, mate, to be honest. It's very hard to be. It's like literally like a Christmas song. Like every time you hear like a Christmas song when it comes out, you're like, oh, this is shit. I want to hear like Driving Home from Christmas. Like, but if you had heard that for the first time now, you would think it was shit.
Or like someone told me recently, like, do you know what song's a really good Christmas song? That Justin Bieber one, like Mistletoe or something it's called. I'm like, I remember that coming out and just thinking that's like the worst Christmas song ever. But now it's been like nostalgia. 10 years.
People like it.
People like it now.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was our reaction to pitch meeting and Screen Rant. For the pitch meeting for Die Hard, let us know what you think in the comments below. Cheers.
See you. Hi everyone, thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Just to let you know, we've got similar content available on the channel if you want to check it out.
We also do our own podcast called MCPodcasting, where we cover a range of topics from politics, sports and even movies.
We basically just talk a lot of shit.
We argue a lot as well on it there, but all the links are below. We're on all major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, and is there any other?
That's the main ones, yeah.
Yeah, that's the main ones.
Just check out the podcast, and if there's any sort of videos you want us to react to, drop us a comment on the YouTube videos, and we'll be sure to check it out.
Or if you want to make fun of us, then go ahead. We don't care.
Be nice.
Be nice.
In fairness, we don't really get that many comments.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me.
Okay.